Good morning, everyone. I'm Andrew, and I don't want to work anymore. And here on this channel, we're going to make that happen by trading the NASDAQ and ICT's first presented fair value gap. So I've been back testing this strategy now for... Let's pull out the spreadsheet. Give me a like and a subscribe if you want to keep track of how these trades have been going. So I've been back testing the first presented fair value gap for about 91 trades going back to November 11th. And here's all the numbers and all the trades. And so some of it's back testing. A lot of it is also forward testing, I think since about the end of January, somewhere in here. And it is profitable at 50 wins, 41 losses, 1,900 points, a 54.95% win-loss ratio, and average points per day is 20.95. Now, I've also been trying another strategy where I can't get as many trades on the back test, but I got 60 trades, 26 wins, 34 losses, 3,627 points, a 43% win-loss ratio, but an average points per day of 60. And then I have also been doing another one, which I have back tested. Yesterday was only 31 days and it yielded 129 points per day. But I've added, I think I got about 68 trades now. And the average is more, I think 100 points per day, but it is a 63% win-loss ratio. So, and you can see some of the numbers here. We're getting like 200 points, 284. What else we got in here? 365, 243, 379, 530. These are massive trades. 587 points. These are massive trades. This is super messy, but I'm gonna clean this up and I'm gonna get it to you guys as soon as I possibly can. But let's get to the charts here, and I'm in CMC markets. This is a demo account, and we're gonna go to trading view to get our numbers from yesterday. We are on the June contract of the futures of the NASDAQ futures, so E-mini. Regular trading hours, yesterday's closing price, 20,502. 20,502. It's up there. Come on. 20,502. That's close enough. Anyway, we make that guy orange, and then we can go back to trading view. We will go now to electronic trading hours, and I want London's high of 20,498. 20,498. Which is basically the close of yesterday at 502. We'll throw the line on there anyway. 498. And we'll keep that one blue. And you will also grab Asia's high, 20,536. 20,536, which is up there. And what else we got? We can take the afternoon low here of New York yesterday. 20,402. 20,402. Let's put it on there. 20,402, which is going to be these relatively equal lows right here. Gotta raise it up a little bit. There we go. I like that. That looks good. We are 30 seconds from the open. We got some objectives here that we could look for. I don't know why I keep putting these on, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if we're just going to trade the first gap, but we're just going to, that's the routine, and we're going to stick to it. And also the rules today, not like yesterday, wait for candle closures and 2 losses. That's it. I'm shutting the screen off. I don't care if that happens in the first 30 seconds of trading. We cannot be undisciplined traders like I was yesterday. So to reiterate, you know, I've been reading, where is it? I have a book here. Here it is. I don't know if, oh, let's get my my mug back on here. There it is. And view float on top. Okay. Best Loser Wins by Tom Hogard. I read this book over my New Year's break while we were in Mexico, and actually I'll show you also what that beach looks like in Mexico. This is our sunset beach in Sayulita. We've been going here 3 years in a row. I don't know if that's going to happen this year, but hey, anything can happen. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But I want to go back, and I was reading Tom's book, and what was the point? He was saying adding to your winners, and also, you know what? I totally forgot I was going to say about this book. We were talking about being disciplined and taking 2 trades only. It'll come back to me. Maybe I'll have to revisit that tomorrow, since we are now waiting for our first presented fair value gap. Yeah, I really lost my train of thought there. That happens a lot when you got ADHD. What are we looking for, folks? Gonna work up into this gap and then go lower today. I did see something to the tune of, let's go to the daily. So we got this big fair value gap here that we need to worry about. Wanted to trade down into that. Also, yesterday's high, which is the blue line right here, we are definitely gonna touch this today, one way or the other, whether we continue through it and into this fair value gap, or just touch down and then take off higher for the rest of the day, and then maybe we can look to revisit this space later this week. But looks like we're gonna go down there right now. And we're gonna get ready. So that's my short-term bias. It's gonna be 402. I just wonder if we're gonna have a positive day or not. But the rules are the rules. We trade the first gap. That's it. And if we lose, we lose. But we're only going to lose twice. And then we're going to shut this off. And then Tom Hugard's, whatever he was trying to tell me is gonna, it's gonna come back to me. Okay. We got to get ready for a short. Nope, we got nothing to get ready for. There's a small gap here, but it is too small for me to act on. I will not touch that. Hope everyone's doing great today. I had a decent workout this morning. It was a little bit harder to get out of bed. The weather's been pretty nice. And we hit up a patio last night. And, you know, we had one drink. But still, at my age, one drink is enough to throw me off. Make it a little bit harder to get out of bed. And slow me down at the gym. Especially when it's beer. There's a nice mezcal goes at Boomtown here in Victoria on Vancouver Island on the west coast. It is 6:35 in the morning. 9:30 open in New York. And I think being here on the west coast is a great place to be a trader. Since I like having the rest of the day to myself. Get this trading over with early in the morning, and then we can continue on. We have a gap forming here. We are going to be ready to go long. I really would have loved to see it tap through yesterday's high. That would have been way better. It doesn't have to, but it would be nice. And we're in. Our gap was this big. Our stop loss is 40 points. Easy math, 40 times 1.5 is 60. So our TP is up there. And actually, I just want to mark it. And I'm going to make it green. And the new strategy is we don't take profit anymore. We're just going to trail our stop loss up. And where we get stopped out is where we get stopped out. Oh shit. And I made a big mistake. I put 3 contracts on. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. But we're in it now. And there's not a whole lot we can do about that. Okay. I really wanted to put one contract on and then scale them on top of each other, basically. I wonder what the stock market's looking like. How's our picks doing? Nothing crazy. Yeah, Comstock and Cooper Standard looking good. Baba's looking kind of flat over the last week. Intel's flat, waiting for, I think this is going to be flat for a couple months until we get some numbers coming out. And then Generac, Advanced Auto Parts, Misty. I'm thinking about selling half my Misty position for BABO, which is an income play for Alibaba, and I'm super bullish on Alibaba. We are looking for our next fair value gap to form. What is my risk? 40 points, $172. Yeah, that's not how we do it. I'm just looking for yesterday's comment. Somebody was asking. To show the strategy, and I'm gonna do it. Keep watching. But we might have to start all over again if this trade doesn't go in our favor, because I totally messed up on the risk here. 3 contracts is not how you want to open the day with. Yeah, those equal lows are dangerous. This needs to reverse right away, otherwise I think I'm gonna have to close the trade. I do not have the proper risk in place. If we get a close below this fair value gap, the first one here, I'm closing this. And that's in 3 seconds. Yeah. This is not what I wanted to do, but we will go short here. That'll count as our first loss. Trade from chart. 1 contract. Stop loss up here, going short. We got a fair value gap already. Let's go. It was a little bit of a sloppy entry, but actually worked out pretty good. So we got this gap up here. It's small, but looks like we're going to be closing below our first gap. We'll take that as our first loss. And this is what I like to see better. My stop loss is only worth $50. That makes me feel way better. We got some work to do to get back up and fix our mistake. I have one of these seesaw mornings, just like yesterday, where it's going to come all the way back up. Maybe take out these highs before continuing lower. We are 15 minutes in and we haven't really picked a direction. So we just might take 2 losses here and that'll be it. And tomorrow's another day. And we're going to have to just be fine with that. Even though I love to keep recording for you guys and talking through this trade, but the rules are the rules, and if you don't follow the rules, then you're just gambling. And we don't gamble. We have an edge, we have a system, we have a strategy, and we have to adhere to the strategy. And that's not what I did yesterday, and I need to become more strict with myself. Let's look at a 5-minute chart. Yeah. We got so much work to get down in here. I just don't know if we're going to get there this morning or not. You know, are we going to tap below these guys, or are we going to blow right through them? That's always kind of been the question. But this is looking better, guys. In the book, Tom was talking about, you know, only 10% of traders are profitable. And you need to, basically what he did was figure out what was it that the 90% were doing wrong and just not doing what they do, instead of trying to figure out what the 10% were doing correctly. And most of it is just fear, and the fear of losing. And, you know, basically he's just trying to say is just be comfortable with losing, and it's just part of the game. And knowing when you're going to lose, that was kind of like here. I didn't like how we were coming back over the first fair value gap and cutting your losses short, and also letting your winners run. He's like, why would you cap yourself on just getting, say, a 1.5R or a 2R or a 3R? You know, some of these days, if you look like, you know, a couple days back, like, it just kept going. You just gave up, who knows, this could have been a 10, 12, 15R trade just because you were looking for a 3R. And so his argument is like, why would you do that? Why would you cap yourself? So capping yourself, number one, and that's why I'm taking the profit target off, and I'm going to move my stop loss down as we roll through here. And we're going to add to our winners by looking for new entries along the way. And that's why my initial trade with 3 contracts wouldn't allow me to do that, because that's as much as this account will allow me to trade as 3 contracts. So I'm going to put one on, and then I'm going to add another one when I see a good opportunity. And then a third one on top of that. So we just went through those relatively equal lows over here. We can remove this line. And we can reduce our risk, actually. Let me just move this. No, my trade. My trade, please. Thank you. Just going there. So now my risk is only $22. And I will add if we come back up into this fair value gap. So we are just looking for shorts, and we will patiently be looking for them. But our next entry has to be below our first one, which makes sense. I'm really thirsty. Wish I had a bottle of water. I got some candy though. It's too early for candy. I just had a great workout. Flynn's in the house. Flynn says hello. His paw is feeling better. It still doesn't look great, but it's not bad. It's not bad. So we are just patiently waiting for our next gap to form. I have a feeling it's going to be right here. My wife just got out of bed. My dog is looking like he wants to go join her, but he's locked in here. I'm going to let him out. You want to go up? You want to see Mama? Where is she? Go get her. Go get her. Come on, go. Go get her. Good boy, oh. Okay, here's our next gap. And we're going to move our initial position. Its stop loss now is going to go above the stop loss of our next entry, which will lock in from our entry down to this point all the profit if we do walk back. So now we are waiting for this candle to close and allow this gap to form. We have about 30 seconds for that to happen, which will feel like an eternity. This is what I like to see. Hell yeah. 10 seconds to go. Let's go. Let's do it. 54, 55. I'm looking up here just so you guys know we're going in. Okay. Now we can move our initial positions stop loss. We click on this guy and we bring this stop loss down to here immediately. So now I have protected all this profit, which is about $108. No, it's not that much. My second position now, stop loss, is right here. This is the sauce, everybody. This is how you add to your winner. And now we have two positions running in profit, and we're going to put a third position on as soon as we see the next fair value gap form. And look at our profit up here, 131. And if I get another fair value gap forming here, this will be the third position. But the stop loss has to go. Where's the stop loss going to go? It has to go below this entry. But if it's close, I'll take it. And it's pretty close. And these are the rules. So we got 10 more seconds on this next position. Three seconds, 1 second, we're in. Now we have to move all our stop losses. So our first position, which is this guy, come on. Stop loss goes here. Modify. Our second position, stop loss, goes here with the other one. Modify. So we have now two positions locked in with profit, and we're going to keep on going down into this fair value gap, and we're going to protect our positions now. We're just going to keep on moving our stop losses as more fair value gaps form. 3 positions in profit, $275. This is how it's done. We got that gap. We have acted on that gap. We have this gap. We've made a trade on that gap. We just are about to create another gap, and when we create that gap, we will move everything, these other two positions, to break even on the third position. How low is this thing gonna go? Tough to say. But look at these numbers. Third position was based on this FG. We have another one now that formed. So I'm going to move this stop loss now to here. Our second position stop loss is going to meet up with him here. And our third position stop loss is coming here as well. 3 positions, 2 of them are in profit. This one has a minor stop loss still, waiting for this market to still continue to push lower. And once we make another fair value gap below this position, we can now move that third position into profit. We may not. We might get stopped out here. Our stop loss on the last one is only $20. Now, we might only get down to maybe these relatively equal lows over here. I may have moved this stop loss a little bit prematurely, but I am pretty excited to be making $200 instead of, well, that initial trade is still $145. That's pretty good, but this is how we stack. And I might just flatten all these trades if we get down here. But that's not how the model should work. We should just keep on going. But we are at 7 o'clock. We are due for a retracement. And I gotta walk my dog. And you know what? While I'm in profit, I closed everything. That's how we do it, folks. That's it. That's the model. You asked for it. You saw it here. You guys have a great day. And we're going to do this all over again tomorrow.